While we mentioned sniper rifles, the 50 BMG cartridge impressed the American military so much that they built a sniper rifle around it. Now, before we get into some terrifying modifications of the M2 machine gun, let's take a look at the different round types they are shooting. The standard one was ball, full metal jacket with some serious destructive force, of course, but there are also specialized exotic variants making it even more effective. Firstly, we have several versions of armor-piercing rounds that could penetrate around an inch of hardened steel. Then we have incendiary rounds, designed to ignite flammable material, which is quite effective when you shoot at enemy aircraft, for example. So, on top of its fuel leaking upon hit, it could also be easily ignited. There are armor-piercing incendiaries, combining both functions of the two rounds previously mentioned. Armor-piercing incendiary tracer, as the name suggests, adds a tracer element for spotting hits, which again is useful for anti-aircraft fire or for adjusting your fire at longer range, as you'd see where the rounds are landing, because the 50 BMG rounds are effective even at longer ranges of over 2 kilometers. Belts for M2 are usually loaded with a combination of rounds, with a tracer every 5th round for standard ground use, while aircraft would load a combination of armor-piercing, incendiaries, and tracers for dogfights or ground attacks depending on for what job they needed it. After World War II, some fancy, interesting rounds were developed, like the Raufoss multi-purpose round. This one combined everything in one cartridge, with an armor-piercing tungsten core, plus a small explosive and incendiary charge that also creates fragmentation. It behaves like a 20mm cannon shell, but in a 50 BMG package. Then there's the SLAP, short for Saboted Light Armor Penetrator, which works similarly to much larger armor-piercing discarding sabot rounds that tanks are firing. It has a small sub-caliber penetrator made from very dense material, usually tungsten, and has much better armor penetration while being quite effective against light armored vehicles or helicopters. However, these are usually used in sniper rifles, as it is not a cheap round to fire in full auto. Oh, and yeah, while we mentioned sniper rifles, the 50 BMG cartridge impressed the American military so much that they built a sniper rifle around it. The most famous example is Carlos Hathcock, the legendary sniper from the Vietnam War, who experimented with an M2 machine gun by mounting a telescopic sight on it for engaging targets with single shots at long range where standard smaller caliber sniper rifles weren't so effective. He even scored confirmed kills this way with a scoped M2. This inspired and later led to creation of the M82 Barrett, the so-called anti-materials sniper rifle chambered in 50 BMG that became famous in the American Army.